Productivity without a sense of purpose is pointless. I'm Suzanne Rath, and this is Endures for your daily dose of endurance leadership and life lessons. So, over the last couple of days, I've read some cracking productivity articles, and it's not necessarily that I've learned a lot from them, but I have reaffirmed what not to do. Now, for full disclosure, I am the productivity guru. I love it. But I'm very, very purposeful, and I teach my clients to be purposeful as well. So that productivity means actually getting the most out of life and not just endlessly being busy. And every week, I have multiple articles on productivity that come into my inbox, and I probably delete most of them. I skim through any number of them, and I probably find about one or two decent articles a week. So today, I'm going to kick off with reading you the opening line from one, which I love. It is in Dear Media, and it basically says work has never been more optimized, yet somehow it feels more scattered than ever. How true is that? So, how many people do you know who think they're really productive, but they're actually busy being busy? And when you look at the output they're producing or the impact of what they're producing, what is it? Is it just needless things for the sake of it? And then I have another article here, which I am going to weigh in with some thoughts on it. And essentially, it is called 8 Morning Routines That Are Actually Wasting Your Best Mental Hours. So, having a morning routine these days is like going to a writer's festival and working out the perfect way to write a book. All of our morning routines should be different. But we have so many of us are looking at these biohackers and these people going, well, what can I gain from them? If I squeeze another ice bath in, or if I have the perfect smoothie, maybe my day is going to start out really, really energized. And that is not the case. So let me just read this. This is from Silicone Canals, and I will give my opinion on some of these. So, number one, checking email just to clear the deck. Oh my gosh, 100%. As soon as you go into your email, you are then distracted by other people's priorities. And we all know we can be in there for hours. Whereas I can get through my email 4 or 5 p.m. without a lot of mental energy. Okay, so I don't want to be stuck in there. And they say that research shows that email processing triggers decision fatigue faster than almost any other activity, which is not something that I knew previously, but fascinating. Number two is planning your entire day in exhaustive detail. Now, I'm a big fan of planning my day, and I will have my major rocks that I want to achieve. I'll have my focused blocks of work time so that when I sit at my desk, I start on one of those focused work blocks and go from there. But in this, they're talking about time blocking, color coding, breaking tasks into 15-minute increments, which is maybe a little bit excessive. So, spending 30 to 45 minutes creating an intricate schedule every morning is like using a sledgehammer to crack a walnut. And a lot of these productivity apps and planning apps that I see do a variation of this. So, they tell us that it requires executive function, the same resource you need for creative problem solving. So we probably shouldn't be doing that first thing. I mean, I plan my next day over the weekend, often in the hyperbaric chamber, or I plan it and refine it the day before. So I already know when I get up or I sit at my desk what my main priorities are. So number three is consuming educational content. I don't know about that. Podcasts, audiobooks, YouTube tutorials. I would put it depends there. But their argument here is save the learning for your afternoon slump when your creative energy is naturally lower. And it requires active processing, especially if you're trying to retain the information. So, something to think about. Number four, yes, boom, having lengthy morning meetings or calls. Such a time waste. Meetings, best time, probably after lunch when you're feeling a little bit social anyway. Video calls are particularly draining because your brain works overtime processing verbal and non-verbal cues. Number 5, I disagree with this because it does not align with my life. Doing your workout routine floods your system with cortisol and requires significant recovery time. Your cognitive performance often dips for the next few hours. Now, I know that my day flows a lot better if I exercise in the morning. However, I don't disagree with this next statement. So, reconsidering when you do it, many creative professionals find that afternoon or evening workouts provide stress relief without sacrificing their morning mental clarity. So, something to consider, like gentle movement like walking or stretching in the morning. Number 6, also 100% agree. Tackling administrative tasks first. Expense reports, scheduling, filing, organizing. Ticking all these micro things off your to-do list, but not actually achieving something impactful. Administrative work is the mental equivalent of empty calories. It fills you up without providing real nourishment. Yes. Number 7, another 100%. Engaging in social media quickly. So how we bookend our day, how we begin and end our day is so important. I have given up going on social media for at least an hour, except sometimes I'm going to meet friends for a run. Maybe I might check my Facebook Messenger just to check if I've gotten a message to the contrary. But their statement here is starting your day reacting to others' content puts you in a responsive rather than a creative mindset. You become a consumer instead of a creator, which is very interesting. So food for thought. And then number 8, I mean, the jury's out for this on me as well, but I think it depends. And it's trying to multitask your morning routine. So listening to podcasts while making breakfast, scanning the news while drinking coffee. I would tend to cut myself a bit of slack there and decide, what I'm actually multitasking on. Is it an energizing and motivating podcast? In saying that, I walk the dogs without my phone. So yeah, it's just being a little bit intentional. And this also assumes that we are all most energized in the morning, which is not necessarily the case. So we know there's a group of people that are more energized in the evening time. So really it's about working out what your unique chronotype is when you do your best work and fiercely guarding that time. Anyway, that's my little productivity thing for today, and I will see you tomorrow for more from Endures. Bye.